going on, brother? How you doing? How's it going? Good. Nice to meet you too. Cool. All right, guys. So we're here with Phil, ready to tune and stuff. He's got the OV tune that we're gonna be doing here for you guys today, as I mentioned earlier. Of course, we're on 35s right now. With 17-inch wheels and things like that. So we've been kind of averaging 12 through 14/15 miles per gallon, but I guess with an OV tune, we're gonna be definitely getting just a little bit more power and stuff. And I know you guys have all been interested and always asking me in regards to that. So we're gonna have Phil kind of take over right now in just a few moments and kind of just go over everything here with us, kind of going into the science of the OV tune and basically what we can see in an OV tune after being tuned in our trucks. So what do we kind of see, Phil, on things like that?
With the OV tune, you'll most likely see better shifting. A lot of people have complained about the truck not being drivable. It's hunting gears all the time. So OV tune kind of addresses that. With the tune, you have options of picking your tire size, gear ratios, fuel octane, pedal sensitivity. That's for the pretty much the base for the OV tune. With the premium tune, most people, once they tune it, they don't look back because you do feel a lot more responsiveness and whatnot. So
just really quick touching on that. So there is two tunes, guys. There's a tune for 87 regular fuel, of course, and then there's a tune for 91 premium, which you of course get all the pretty much benefits from what Phil kind of explained to me, where you're getting all the bigger benefits, let's say better fuel economy, more power, things like that. And the 87, of course, a little bit dialed down in a sense where you still, can use 87 fuel, but get only, I guess, a certain amount of the pros, I guess you can get, versus the 91 where you kind of get it all. One thing I also wanted to kind of show you guys or actually talk about was your truck is actually tuned to the 91 and he's also re-geared. I'm not re-geared, that's why we're doing this. First, because I know a lot of you guys are, wondering, are you tuned? Are you re-geared and things like that? So we're gonna try kind of do the cheaper thing in a sense and go with a tune first and see how our truck reacts. But you're actually tuned to the 91 and also re-geared. What are you kind of getting as far as fuel economy?
Right now about 18 miles per gallon.
Sheesh, that's a lot. 18 is pretty good for our trucks. And if you guys take a look, he's got bumpers, he's got his armor on and stuff. He's got 35 ATs, and so he's getting about 18, which is pretty crazy because I haven't seen that in a very long time. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this here in just a few moments, showing you guys what it's all about and what we're kind of doing in regards to that. So here we go. All right, guys, so Phil's grabbing his laptop. He's gonna get everything pretty much ready for us and essentially tune the truck. So right now, he's gonna ask me a few questions like any other customer would pretty much get from him in just regards to the truck in general, in the way that you would bring your truck in. There are certain questions that he does have to know to get the proper tune on there and basically get you guys dialed in. So I kind of want to just show you guys what that process looks like when coming to Phil. And he's going to be doing that with me to better show you guys how it kind of looks and how it seems, because a lot of people just talk about how the tune is, but they don't really talk about what they're doing when they're tuning it. So we're going to be showing you guys that right now. All right, guys, so Phil's pretty much ready to kind of go. He kind of told me a few things, but I actually want to go over that again with you guys because he did mention a few actually really key things. So he was talking in regards to my current firmware, I guess you said, I think?
The current ECU calibration.
Okay.
So what we normally do is, before I start tuning, I got to identify the calibration that's on your ECU.
Right.
If it's on an old version, I will update you to the latest one from Toyota.
Okay.
And then flash the tune on top of that.
Okay.
That way, the calibration will fix out the kinks that the ECU had before.
Okay.
Okay. So I identified John's ECU. It's on an older calibration, so I'm going to update his to the newest one.
Awesome.
And then, yeah, and then we'll get that done, and then we'll tune the truck.
Yeah, so what was crazy to see, he actually showed me, I know this probably looks like numbers to anyone else, but he had actually shown me that the software I have in there and the new software that he was talking about was completely different, of course. So like he mentioned, he's going to put on the new Toyota software, and then on top of that put the new OV Tune software. So the Toyota software, you said, I think earlier, kind of helps with the shifting in general.
Yes.
Because they did see the problem before, right?
Yeah. So whatever kinks that they had, a lot of people complain about it. They'll address that.
Okay, got you.
We'll just flash you with the tune.
You got it.
Okay. Flashing TSBs or calibrations from Toyota is you have to keep the battery at a certain voltage.
Okay.
Okay. If it drops below a certain voltage, it'll break the ECU. So there is a proper way. That's why I always have a tender on there.
All right, guys. So the calibration was successful from what Phil said. Everything's fine, nothing really too crazy or anything like that. That was the Toyota one, and then now we move on to the OV Tune side, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So OV Tune, of course, we're gonna do the 87 one for now, as I plan to re-gear in the future, and hopefully very, very soon, and I'll be filming that for you guys here as well. And then we're gonna probably be jumping on that 91 fuel, of course, tune. That way I can get pretty much all the benefits of the tune and also my re-gear for power and also fuel economy. When, of course, you're carrying all this weight, you definitely see a lot of that stuff drop. And, you know, that's something I know a lot of us are always searching for, is basically getting that power back and seeing what we can do in regards to power, fuel economy, and things like that when going with big tires, 35s, you know, long offsets, a lot of armor and tents and things like that. So here we go. All right, guys, so we're ready for the OV Tune part. He's just gonna do something really quick. You were gonna identify, basically, is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna, now that I updated your ECU, I'm gonna identify the new calibration on your truck.
Okay.
And then flash the tune according to that ECU.
Okay.
So right now, I'm gonna hit identify.
Sure.
And shows that you've been updated from 04B31, which was the old calibration, up to 04B33.
Okay.
So we brought you up to date, and now we'll flash you to the OV Tune.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So this is the fun part, I guess, the part that will actually show us all the good stuff.
So now that I've identified ECU, I want to ask you, what are your specs on the truck?
Okay.
Tire size.
So tire size is 35.
35. And
yeah.
you wanted to run regular fuel.
Right. We're going to do regular fuel on our first one prior to doing the re-gear, as re-gear is coming soon. Me and Phil kind of talked about it. We'll go 91 probably in the future after doing the re-gear and getting pretty much all the good stuff out of it. That way I have the supporting parts to do so.
All right. So I'm gonna tune you right now to 35 regular fuel with the enhanced throttle response.
Awesome.
And then we'll do that and start the tune.
And just really quick, just so everybody kind of knows and stuff like that, this is a tune from OV Tune themselves. This is something they've proven that works on our Tacomas, is tested, and, you know, helps with throttle response and gives us a little bit more power. And from what we've seen, is a little bit of fuel economy in the long run.
Yes. And the good thing about getting tunes from OV Tune is that it's safe. They provide you with support.
Okay.
If it's through an authorized tuner.
Right.
And it's proven not to blow up your engine.
Awesome.
That's the main thing.
Cool. Yeah, definitely don't want that, especially on a $40,000 truck when you're don't want to push it a little too hard, of course, and we just want a little pep in the step and maybe just a little bit better fuel economy. That way it can, of course, support these bigger tires and all the weight we usually carry. So right now it's just kind of loading up all the good stuff. This is the OV Tune that's basically loading up now, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. So we just finished, guys, and Phil's just kind of gonna walk us through here what all these letters and numbers and things like that were pretty much are. So you were going over how you can pretty much see everything on this screen?
Yes. So once we're done tuning, I can, the normal procedure is to reset your ECU.
Okay.
So it's gonna relearn idle, it's gonna relearn pretty much how you drive, and also resetting the transmission. So it's gonna learn how you shift as well.
Okay.
So pretty much your driving habits.
Right.
So once you're done with the tune, yeah, just do that and you're set.
Okay, perfect. And I know we were talking a little bit about it earlier, how it may seem a little freaky after getting the tune, how, you know, the vehicle will definitely act a lot more differently in regards to shifting, but that's just because it's learning everything again, right?
Relearn, so then you're gonna have a little bit of upshift, early upshift, maybe downshift a bit. It's gonna learn that as you drive. It's gonna shift maybe a little bit harsh, but it'll smooth out over time.
Got you. It's just basically the computer relearning itself, seeing how I drive, and then basically grabbing my characteristics and keeping that, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. So that's pretty chill. He said roughly about 20 miles, which is kind of the drive home. So I'm going to test it out. And of course, be showing you guys how the truck reacts in those aspects and things like that. So I'm going to give you guys, you know, a big, you know, heads up on how the truck's going to react, what we're going to be doing and things like that. But that's pretty much it in regards to the OV tune. Phil pretty much knocks it out in about 15-20 minutes, I believe he said. So 15-20 minutes, you come in, you get your OV tune, you get mapped again and stuff. And yeah, so here comes the fun part, of course. We're going to be definitely showing you guys here the drive home, and you know, maybe just some street driving and some regular highway driving, and then kind of going from there, just to kind of give you guys a full overview on what I've done. And of course, like I said, we went on the 87 OV tune, so regular fuel on 35s, and just basically giving me a little bit more power and essentially getting me a little bit more fuel economy. And for a lot of people, that fixes, you know, the shifting problem, the gear hunting and things like that. I know a few of you guys, you know, have that issue and have kind of thought like, man, I've gone through multiple forums and still feel a little bit sketchy. So hopefully this kind of helps you guys out. And of course, I really want to thank Phil here, who of course provided the tune and everything like that, and just kind of used me as a basically a little test dummy so that we can show you guys how this really reacts from a clean slate. I know a lot of people are, you know, always sketched out by things like this, and especially costs and things like that. So reason why I kind of wanted to do this is because it's the cheaper route, of course, to kind of go when you're, you know, on the heavier side and things like that, when fuel economy and things like that. You don't want to push the truck too hard, but we're kind of giving it a little bit more pep in the step. That way we can, you know, get our power back and get our fuel economy back. Not fully, but a little bit, of course. That's just a perk, I guess, of the tune. So it's not going to be crazy or anything like that, but I will be showing you guys how we improve that, or how it improves, I guess, in the long run here in a little bit later on the video. So let's go out for a drive. All right, guys, so I just got back home. The truck's back home after driving roughly at about like 20 to 30 miles on the OV tune since then. So far so good. I honestly am really happy already, like right off the bat. This is definitely a more conservative tune, not really anything too crazy or anything like that. But the one thing, or actually two, maybe three things that I've seen that are like really a big difference on the truck are the low RPMs so far. I'm not really so much as a race car driver or anything like that. So one thing I've honestly noticed a lot was that the RPMs were really low at the speeds that I'm always on. Sorry for all the noise, but on all the speeds that I'm always on. So I usually typically travel at around like 60 to 65 miles an hour. I'm kind of a grandma when it comes to that, but the RPMs were like at 1,500 RPMs, maxing maybe 2,000. But before the OV tune, I was at that same speed, but at 2,000 RPMs, which is a little trippy. That one was a little bit crazy, so I can see definitely how the fuel economy maybe boosts up that way. But when I actually accelerated, it just took off, and that was pretty awesome. Before it'd be like, buh, buh, boom, and finally taking off. I know that noise is a little funny, but I'm just trying to kind of explain it as best as I can how it was before. And Yeah, before it used to have that little lag, and then it would take off, and it would take off with kind of like a really lazy styled of acceleration. So now with the OV Tune, it just kind of just boom, takes off, and I'm like really stoked on that. That's probably one of the best things on it. And it really isn't crazy or aggressive as far as like the acceleration. It just doesn't lag. So that's pretty cool too. So those are the first few things that I've noticed. So if this is something that you guys are planning to do, you've studied it, you're just like, man, I don't know. Hopefully this has kind of helped you to kind of boost it up. Of course, the tune is still very new. I still got to drive it out a lot more. So I'm going to be doing a follow-up on that and hopefully showing you guys somewhat data in regards to fuel economy and things like that. So again, if you are, looking for something like that, more info on that is coming very soon, as this is still fairly brand new to the truck. Modded by Phil, of course, was very, very nice and sponsored the video and made all this happen so that you guys can see how it kind of works. And then also, if you are needing this or anything like that, to hit him up, and he has it, definitely dialed in to the point where whatever you may need in regards to your OV Tune side, you can definitely get done. So again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you guys always watching. Hopefully this has been a little bit of on the interesting side. That way you guys, if you guys are planning to purchase it, you can. Or if you're maybe wanting to wait and try and see how it works out, then I'll definitely be posting a second video. I might post like 3 or 4 videos in regards to this, because I'm also going to be regearing hopefully very, very soon. Then we're going to go back to Phil with the, of course, tune that you do get after getting regeared and things like that. So again, if you guys need any type of tuning work, please hit Phil up. Modded by Phil. I'm going to try and link it down below here in the description. That way you guys can see where he's at and stuff. Very, very local to the LA area or Inland Empire where I'm from. So it took me little to no time to get there. And he was done in a very, very few moments. And hopefully these step-by-steps have helped you. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, comment, like the video. Hopefully this has helped you a lot. Till next time, guys.